There we go. I figured it out. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay, awesome. Right. Before I start, I think let's go around the table and just get everyone to introduce themselves and what they do. Ketiwe, you can start with you.
Hi everyone.
Hi, Ketiwe.
I'm Ketiwe. I am an instructional designer and educator and strategist. Yeah, I'm currently in Eswatini, but I am South African also. So I'm between countries right now. Yeah.
And what are your goals right now with education?
I think for right now, I'm trying to explore my options. I've been freelancing and consulting in certain things, and things have felt like they've slowed down. And I've been looking for jobs, but the job market is also like, yeah, pretty brutal right now. It's just so I decided this year to really get into AI. I hope you remember me, Ritesh, from the Soul Creators Summit and how engaged I was in your presentation. So I'm now trying to get back into that and, you know, be more literate in AI. Also, like, how can I leverage it to, you know, career-wise? Because it's like it's right there, but I don't know how to make it like work.
Yeah.
Like it's still conceptual. How do I make things very practical, very real, and earn some good money from it? I guess that's where I am. But
Okay. Yeah, we can definitely have that. I can incorporate that in this talk.
Thank you.
Bilal, let's go to you. Maybe you can introduce yourself. Hi there, Bilal. Okay, well, we'll go to Chenu next.
Hi everyone. Hi Ritesh. Good morning. Good evening. Okay. My name is Chenu. I'm the owner of and founder of RAA Solutions, so especially dealing with the artificial intelligence solutions and handling the small products. So I have experience of 20 plus years in IT industry and handled many roles. As a director and sales, technical sales, and everything. So used to work with the worldwide sales head in IBM. Now I'm coming to the market with my own organization. That is where when I jumping into the artificial intelligence solutions and all that, I came somehow I connected with. Ritesh, and I really like the work what Ritesh is doing, and we have partnered and working on few things. So that is how it's going good. And besides Ritesh is hosting this meeting, I want to join. Okay, I want to join and hear from him his story. Okay, how he came to this level. So that will obviously help and stepping stones to many one. Right. So that's a simple story.
So, yeah, me and Chenu have worked with he's gotten some of our apps that we've used in the business that helped us also, with article generation, with content creation, and all using AI and stuff. So yeah. Next up, Julius. Why don't you introduce yourself? Julius,
Hi everyone.
Hi, Julius.
Yes. Hi everyone. I'm Julius. I came from the Philippines. I am currently working as a financial consultant, as a freelance financial consultant. So the reason why I'm joining this meeting because I want to make money. Yeah. Money out of my knowledge, especially on the in financial services. Yeah, I wanted to yeah, I'm curious on how to make six figure. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. No matter what niche you are in, you'll definitely be able to make money as long as you've got that expertise. You can convert that expertise into money, and then I'll be talking about that also. And lastly, Walter, quickly introduce yourself before we get started.
Hi everyone, my name is Walter Mayer. I am from Colombia. I had some experience like research, working in the industry, and in this moment I'm trying to figure out what to do, continue in a job or go to a PhD. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it is quite tricky. If I had to go back, I think I would probably have started my business earlier rather than doing a master's. Because I spent 3 years working on my master's, and that 3 years I could have just been building up a business. So it's pros and cons to either. But yeah, I think let's get started with the talk. Let me just share my screen. Let me know if can you guys see it?
Yes, I see.
Okay, cool. All right. Let me just make this full screen. Let's hide this. Right. So yeah, we're currently in the process of rebranding. We're changing our logo and text and everything. So yeah, that's in the works. Trying to create our brand image. So yeah, ground rules. If possible, keep your video on. You're more than welcome to ask questions, and you can interrupt me at any point in this presentation because this presentation is for you guys. I want you guys to get the most value from this. If you don't understand anything, if you want more clarification, you're more than welcome to ask away. And yeah, like I said, this program is for you, or this webinar right now is for you, and we want to we want you to get the most value out of it. Let me see if I can also share my portrait. Okay. Okay, no, it's fine. All right, yeah, so my name is Ritesh Kanji, CEO and founder of Augmented AI. Been in business for about 7 years, more or less. Started it off as a side hustle, but I'll tell you the story now. Qualified as an engineer in Masters in Engineering as an electronic engineer from the University of Johannesburg. Also became an advisory board member for the South African AI Association, mostly focusing on responsible AI and exposing South Africa to more AI tools and getting more people involved and learning with AI. I've also reached over 117,000 subscribers on YouTube. It still is a tough journey on YouTube. And also on LinkedIn, got to about 53,000 followers. So yeah, I'll just tell you a little bit about my story and how I got started. If you're already familiar with the story, so um, I started out graduating from, like I said, from University of Johannesburg. I got my first job, and it was mostly in circuit design, trying to figure out how things work. I was learning a lot of things at the time, and then a year later, I got fired. And it's not because of any mispractice. I was still figuring out myself. I was doing the work, but me and my manager, we just didn't get along. It was at that time where I learned a lot about PCB design, circuit design, where it can be used. But being 1 year in the industry, I didn't know how to apply it, and I created this little hardware called Buttonduino. It was like a little Arduino or a little tiny computer that you could use. So I developed that, launched it on Kickstarter, and it didn't really do that great. But I learned an important lessons from that in a way that I don't want to create something in hardware because in hardware you have to worry about shipping, you have to worry about populating the circuit board and then sourcing that in bulk, and then it was just a lot of mess. It was just like a big mess in terms of what you have to do in order to make it happen. Now, obviously, going back, I would have a team to help me create the product, source the product, package it, everything, but you'd need to hire those people to physically manage it. So that's why I started to think about more on the software side of things, where you can clone software basically for cheap or for nothing. It's a software, and the other thing I was thinking about, it wasn't at the time, but it was courses. So courses is something that you can reproduce infinitely without having to worry about the infrastructure or having to physically reproduce that so that you can sell it. So this is me, all sad and gloomy. I was working, and then after I got fired, I tried looking for a job. I couldn't find a job anywhere, and that's when I decided to do my master's. So it took me about 3 years to do my master's, and towards the end of my master's, I wanted to make more money because uh, earning the money I earned from my master's or my internship was it was nothing. So I came up with some ideas. I tried to implement it. I found some, I would say, get rich quick schemes. I looked at those where they would try. Um, Essentially, they would give you a product that you didn't make. You go and like not ClickFunnels, it was some ClickBank or something like that. You take some of their offers, like a weight loss program or a gym membership or some other affiliate programs. You take that and try and sell it yourself. So I tried following the programs and none of it worked. I tried all of these programs to make money, but it just fell apart. But the only thing that made money for me towards the end of my master's was creating a course. So let's see if, yeah. So I started creating courses. I used my knowledge at the time, which was creating circuit boards, and I created my first course, which I launched on Udemy. That one, it was mostly showing people how to create an Arduino, because Arduinos at the time were doing really, really well. They were selling, these miniature computers were doing very well. And I said, okay, let's create a course on how to create your own Arduino based on the open source schematics and using the software. So that when I started off, it was it was quite something, earning your first dollar or from online, something other outside than what you would earn from work. So I remember first earning, I think I earned about $20. So then I earned $20. I was like, I told my girlfriend at the time, who's now my wife, I got my first $20, and I was like, yes. And then this was I was telling her that this was my voucher for buying my the first Nando's meal. So Nando's is like a Portuguese restaurant, so I can buy one Nando's meal with it, and then I started earning another $20 or another, and it became $40. Then I was like, we could order 5 or 6 Nando's meals, based on that. So then I started growing on YouTube. I started selling on YouTube. Not on YouTube, on Udemy. Created 1 course, 2 courses, 3 courses. But then the problem came when the Udemy algorithm changed. So I thought it was a scalable thing where the more courses you create, the more money you'll make, right? So I started at some point plateauing, and I tried to make more courses, but nothing seemed to work at that point. So there's a couple of questions that I had to answer in my mind, like how do I scale beyond this? And that's when I started. Okay, I didn't get there quite, but I started getting to a point where I launched the courses on my own platform. And it was at this point where, all of the revenue that I created were from my own marketing strategies. Whereas on Udemy, you relied on them for the marketing. Sometimes they felt like they didn't want to market your product. So I took responsibility of creating my own marketing funnel, started building my email list. I was able to email them whenever, wherever I want to. And not be limited by Udemy's rules and policies and what I can't do and can and cannot do. So that is important. So I was still working, and I got to a point where my salary started overtaking, my side hustle started overtaking my salary. And I built up some sort of buffer with all of the money that I was saving. I was just saving all of this money. And that money I used, to keep me sustained for the next 2 years. So I built up this buffer. I calculated it as my current salary multiplied by 24 months. So if you ever want to save that money or create your own seed funding for your next venture, you take that money and you just put it away in an investment and just let that sit over time, right? So I got to a point where, everyone was freaking out, people were getting retrenched and worrying about their career ladder. I didn't have to worry about that because I know that I was making more money from spending my time elsewhere. And I managed to negotiate with my boss to say, you know what, I want 2 days of the week off. I want to work only 3-day weeks. And at first, my boss was hesitant. He wanted me to work the full week, and I told him, you know what, I want to spend it studying. But it was a little white lie to say, I want to do courses. I told him I want to do courses, but he didn't know that I was creating the courses. So I said, I want to, because I'm not learning, AI was just coming out at the time, and I told him I wanted to learn more about AI, and I wanted to learn and teach about AI. So I spent those 2 days of the week focusing on building up my business. So for the next year, I essentially started building more and more courses, building up my business, working on my marketing strategy. This is when I started on YouTube, started creating free courses and putting out free content on YouTube to market my courses that I now hosted on Kajabi. And we'll get into the tools in just a bit, but essentially, a year later, after doing that consistently, having that extra time, before I was working mornings and the evenings, it was quite, so you have to go to a 9-to-5 job, and then in the early mornings, I would work on my business, and then in the evenings, I would have supper, and then go straight to working on my business. And a year later, this was in 2021, April of 2021. This is when I wrote my letter of resignation to my boss. It was one of the proudest moments in my life where I typed it out. I told him, you know what, it was a pleasure working with you guys, but I want to resign. I want to work on make my side hustle my full-time hustle. And my wife was freaking out because, how would I sustain myself over the next 2 years? And it's because of this buffer that I saved up, calculated for my current salary, projected with inflation as well, to be able to support me and my family. And this is the time we got married as well. We're already married, and now we need to maintain a household, and also share the bills as well. So yeah, over time, from 2021 onwards, I managed to reach my first 100,000 subscribers, and this for me was an amazing achievement. You see everyone on YouTube achieving, getting the silver plaque, and when I received my silver plaque, that for me was like, um, you made it, you got to this milestone. There's obviously more that you can do, or that I feel that I can do for the YouTube channel to get to 1 million, but there's a lot of strategies and a lot of consistency that you need in order to get to that level. Yeah, so then I built up my studio. I put like acoustic foam in the background. Got a new monitor that I could work with. I got my new microphone. This is a Blue Yeti that I use, but we'll get into the tools. There's a lot that you can do about like lighting when you're presenting your tools and your courses. But some people like to have a faceless channel or faceless course. Some people like to show their face. You can go either way. A lot of people are successful with faceless channel, but it's only when you connect with them, when they look into your eyes and see your expression, how you're feeling, the excitement when you present the course, that's when you really connect with people. And you can try out both styles to see what works for you. Yeah, so I've been doing this consistently since from 2017, and I've learned a lot along the way, and I've made a lot of mistakes. And the program that we're going to be running, which I'll talk about later in this webinar, is how do you get to six figures? Because you've got a lot of ups and downs. How do you get these spikes? When do the spikes happen? I'll also be revealing like a lot of secrets about like Black Fridays. How do you tackle Black Friday specials, New Year's Eve, and basically have a consistent marketing strategy to make sure that what you're selling actually sells. And there's a lot to talk about in business, because you have to worry about, okay, what course do I create on? How do I market it? How do I how do I write my copywriting? Do I write emails, and what do I write in those emails? There's a lot that goes into it to be able to get to this level. And I learned that, by reading books, attending webinars like this one, watching specific YouTube channels. You can watch, there's a lot of noise on YouTube, but if you find the right channels and follow those, and in your downtime, watch those and watch and learn of how these people built their businesses, you can incorporate some of those books, the knowledge and whatever you learn into the business, and apply those into the strategy. So yeah, it was because of all of my work, hard work. I won't lie, it is hard work, but it does pay off. Like, I was able to go on business trips around the world. I flew to America for the AWS, and a lot of people recognize me yeah, at the convention, doing all of these crazy experiments on YouTube. So some of my followers did find me there, and then I went to also Dubai to enjoy some time there. It's not all work, but it's also leisure as well. You need to enjoy yourself, and your hard work pays off, because you're earning a passive income. You're able to take that passive income and work when you want to. You can work wherever you want to. So that's the financial freedom. That's what financial freedom gives you. To be able to dream, to be able to go places, experience things, meet new people, network. And also, like, yeah, I was able to go with my wife to Tomorrowland, meet my favorite DJs in Belgium, and also buy my brand new car, which is, I'm not sure who's heard of Haval. It's a luxury brand, but a third of the price of Mercedes-Benz and that. But it's it's there's a lot of lessons to be learned from the Chinese brands, where you offer a lot of value, but at a cheaper price, in terms of you're solving people's problems, but you're doing it at a third of the cost that other people are doing it. But we'll get into some of those strategies also during the program. So before I move on, do you guys have any questions so far that I can answer? Let me know. Let me see if I can.
Not a question, just a comment. Thank you for sharing your
Yeah.
story. I think that always helps to see your journey, and like making it real to us, not just like, okay, going straight into let's make courses, and just understanding that it was a journey, and you built up your knowledge, and trial and error sometimes, and negotiations and all of that. But yeah, congratulations on making it in that journey.
Thanks. Yeah, no, it was like I said, a lot of hard work, and there's a lot of things that I learned throughout. But it's It's a journey. No matter where you go in business, you're going to learn things along the way that nobody else has learned. Every person's business journey is unique because they meet different people, they interact with different customers, they're in different industries completely. So yeah. Let's continue to why courses. So number one, courses are scalable, right? You don't have to build hardware and take it and try to figure out, okay, in order to get the hardware, you have to source it from China or you have to source it from here, import it, export duties, taxes. That's just for me. I didn't like that. So it was either software that you can build or you can build videos or content. And that's what I did. I took my knowledge and I said, let's take that knowledge and monetize my expertise. Because at the time I was an expert in circuit design, like I've mentioned. But there's only so much in circuit design that you can teach. And I also started getting bored of circuit design, and that's why I moved into augmented reality. That's why we call it augmented startups. And then I went from augmented reality into computer vision, and then computer vision, which is more into generative AI. So I said, okay, let's call it augmented AI. So we have rebranded a couple of times to reflect our core values and what we're teaching. So now you don't have to be an expert in the topic, right? All you have to know is just a little bit more than the person you're teaching. And that's what we did, or mostly what I did. I started learning different topics. So I started learning different topics in AI, computer vision. How do you do this? How do you do that? And in places where I wasn't an expert, I would hire experts to help me teach the topics, because if I didn't know it, then how can I teach someone? So at some point you can um, uh, hire the expertise and get them to teach the topic for you. But if you want to be closer to the ground and teach it, that's perfectly fine. It all depends on you, how you want to scale. Also, by creating courses, you establish yourself as an authority in AI or whatever niche you want to monetize. Because people if they see you putting out content and a lot of content, and they're seeing this, all of it, right? They're going to see that, okay, this guy's an expert. He's solving the problem that I want solved. So let me come to him or her and let me contact them and maybe consult with them. So this can allow you to have consulting gigs or development gigs. We have made a lot of money external to Kajabi. Just by doing development projects, consulting projects, and it was pretty amazing. Like, we worked on both big and small projects. And also, what's great is that you can also impact the community. We also tried to steer the community to say, okay, you're learning this in computer vision or AI, but why not mix computer vision with machine learning, and let's solve it in the agriculture space. So that's why we created AI in agriculture course, or AI in medical, or AI, our upcoming course is AI in gambling course, where we mix the different technologies and solve problems through our courses. So you can think of it as sort of research and development mixed with education. So that's what we stand for. We try to mix everything together. So yeah, that's why we do courses, and there's quite a few tools that you can use in creating these courses. So there's hard tools. These are the standard tools that you'd need in order to work on it. Most of you already have a laptop or computer. It doesn't really matter what tool you use, as long as you can reliably use the tool and it doesn't give you blue screen of death or something like that. So as long as you got a computer, you need to make sure that you have a good mic. Audio is very important. So when people are listening to you, especially on YouTube, if you got an echo in the background, that can be very distracting. If you use a certain microphone that echo, you can hear noise from outside. You want to try and minimize the noise outside as much as possible. And it's very difficult when you've got, kids screaming, you've got cars driving by, you've got the air conditioning on. There's a lot of tools that we teach in the course to say how can you minimize the noise from outside. And you also want your voice to be crisp. You want it to be, like a professional. You want it to be professional. So you can either use microphones or you can use a phone in some cases. Some phones have good microphones. And if you're recording, you can either use, your built-in webcam, but it's not the best. I would recommend using a phone which has better cameras and maybe mounting it on a tripod so that you can view it's steady. It's not moving around. So yeah, lighting is very important. I just use my normal window, but other people recommend a 3-point lighting system where you can light yourself from the side. If I go back, you can see they call it the Rembrandt lighting, where you got like a little triangle that forms here. So you light yourself from one side. You light yourself to separate your background, so your background is lit as well. And then you've got the key light that also gives you some lighting from the side just to outline your face. So yeah, that's just some things that you can, some things to consider, like the 3-point lighting system to make yourself look a bit more professional. There's also a bunch of software tools that you can use. There's AI is also helping. So if you got very bad audio, very bad microphone audio, you can use some AI tools like Descript. They've got a thing called Underlord, which can make your current voice sound very, give you that studio sounding voice, and that's quite cool. So the tools are evolving. There's a lot of AI tools for for super resolution. There's video editing tools that you can get for free, like DaVinci Resolve. Affinity Photo is what I use. You can use Photoshop or Canva. A lot of people use Canva, but I use Affinity Photo because it's offline. It's very similar to Photoshop, and you only pay a once-off cost rather than an ongoing subscription, which you want to try and avoid. You want to minimize your costs as early as possible. And some of the AI tools that I use. So you can just buy a simple ChatGPT subscription and use that. That's perfectly fine. But for me, I don't want to be limited to just one AI. So that's why I use Gemini. I use Claude, Anthropic. I use local models. I use a mix of different models. And because sometimes the answers that you get from OpenAI are just a bit generic and you want a different opinion, so you go to another AI. So I'm using Bolt AI, which allows you to, this is on Mac, but you can probably find other programs for Windows, which will allow you to use different models all in one app. You also get Code GPT if you're developing code. I'm now using Claude Dev, which is quite amazing in terms of, you can ask it to generate a full app for you. There's obviously some reiteration here and there, and it makes mistakes, not perfect, but over time it will get better. And then for image generation, you can either use DALL-E 3, Leonardo.ai, there's Midjourney, Stable Diffusion. It all depends on your style and your needs of the images that you need. So we use this for our podcast generation that we use as well, because we're going to be creating this. At some point, you might want to create podcasts. So if you guys are interested in our podcast generation app, which we will be launching soon, let me know. So yeah, there's different platforms that you can start on. So just give me one. I'm just going to have a sip of my coffee quickly before I get into this, because this is a big topic. Yeah, so there's different platforms for where you can host your courses, right? The natural way to start is on Udemy or Skillshare. Skillshare is a bit more finicky of how you can't really brand your like if I want to put this logo in I can't do that on Skillshare. Whereas Udemy you can do quite a bit, and it's a great place to get started with creating your courses and hosting it. But like I mentioned, Udemy is quite limited in terms of like you can only send 2 emails, 2 promotional emails per month, and only 4 educational emails per month. Which if you're running a business, you want to communicate as much as you want for your customers. And some people believe in emailing once in a while, so you don't overwhelm your audience. Some people, even top gurus, recommend emailing every day. So it all depends on you and the cadence that you and your customers are happy with. There's also Kajabi. This is what I use. There's Teachable as well. I'm not a big fan of Teachable. Yeah, I think they have grown since then, but Kajabi is the all-in-one system where you can get, you've got emails, you can email people from there, you can host your websites on Kajabi, so you don't need to have Skillshare, not a Squarespace, you don't need to have Squarespace or Wix and MailChimp. All of the services that you need are all integrated into Kajabi. But the only downside of Kajabi is that they cost quite a bit because you got all these cool tools, that you're using, and it ranges from $199 to about $399, and you're limited to how many courses you can create. So if you want to put more courses, then you'll have to pay more for it. So I'm close to the 30 courses limit. And especially if you want to have different tiers for your courses, if I've got 15 courses, then I duplicate that to 30 because I got the nano course and I got the pro course. You want to give something free as well. So yeah, in our accelerator program, we're definitely going to be talking about all of the different platforms, which one should you use and when. Or you can even host it on something like WordPress, create your own, you can buy a template or get some free templates for learning management systems or LMS. So you can host it on WordPress. But the only downside for me that I felt was, I ran into problems that I didn't understand at the time where, I had too many users and my site went down and then I had to sort it out. Whereas with Kajabi and all of the other platforms, you don't have to worry about that. You just post your course, worry about content creation and let those other platforms handle all of the IT stuff, So we can talk a lot about that, but I think I want to get more into like all of the other stuff that we use. You can develop agents using Crew AI. There's Agent GPT. There's Open Interpreter, which is pretty cool. In creating like certain things, you can tell it to do data analytics for you, which I found pretty cool. The other day, and my wife was blown away by what it can do, especially like if you're analyzing analytics from like YouTube or Medium and that. You can also have some tool use, like programmatic stuff. You can get your AI to incorporate with the internet, with the calculator app, if you want to build like a full agent kind of thing. And in choosing like an AI, you want something that can have like a large context window, like Gemini can hold like 2 million tokens. And then you got RAG systems with like LangChain and Llama Index. This is a bit more complex, but as the tools evolve, creating courses just becomes a lot more easier and helps you to internalize what you need to do. But we'll get into that. We've also created tools like this one here. If I can
in this code segment, we first import necessary libraries such as CB2 for image pro.
So this was an app that we created where you feed in the code. If you are doing coding kind of lectures, you feed in the code and it creates the script, it creates the voiceovers, and it also creates this whole generation thing that happens. So we were playing around with it to see do people engage with AI generated content? Like, do they feel like, they're connecting with it or not? And it was an interesting experiment because we wanted to automate as much as we could. So we found that on one video that we posted with doing this, we got about, say, close to 2,000 views on just that one video. So depending on the topic that you're doing, you can some things you can automate, some things you don't want to automate. It all depends on how you want to connect with your audience, and if your audience connects with this style of teaching. And yeah, I will be sharing the slide later on. So if you want to also contact me regarding some of these tools and saving yourself time, we can definitely discuss that. There's also this where we automated podcasting, and this thing was pretty amazing, the results that we got from this. We have launched the Turing Test podcast, where we market our business, Augmented AI. And we just talk about controversial topics in AI. And we've got close to about 800 downloads just of this podcast alone. So yeah, we haven't done any significant marketing on it, but the thing is doing quite well. We will be launching that podcast generator soon as well. We've created our own tools. That's the benefit of being able to code. So we created this Telegram bot, which is able to be my business partner, essentially. It's able to, we've equipped it with creating LinkedIn posts. We've integrated it with creating LinkedIn carousels, creating tweets, LinkedIn posts, creating articles, and all sorts of things. It gives me the latest news when I wake up in the morning. So I've tailored this AI just for me to be able to run my business better. So yeah, that's something that we are working on as well for future release. So regarding social media, which one do you use? Like, there's so many out there, and how do you conquer TikTok? How do you create videos for TikTok, Instagram? It's just and because you're creating content, you're creating courses, you're creating all of these things, but now you have to do social media marketing. How do you know which one to tackle? So there's two ways that you can do it. You can either go deep, like you can go deep into one social media, and then with the knowledge that you've built, you can go into the other social medias. Like, say, like with me, I started with YouTube. I mastered YouTube, and then I moved on to LinkedIn. So I haven't tackled like TikTok and Instagram. I need to be a bit more consistent, but yeah, it is a lot of work. And this is at some point you need to, once you start earning money from your business, you need to start delegating or outsourcing to your team. You can either outsource to freelancers. They have their pros and cons, which we'll be tackling in the program, or you can hire full-on teammates, employees who can help you in your business, help developing your social media. You can get a social media developer or content strategist to say, okay, this is how you do it. And it's essentially, you can only do so much. So you should only do as much as you can. Do what you want in the business and delegate all the stuff that you don't want, like finances, accounting. You delegate that to someone else. So yeah, you can either go broad. So actually my formatting went off. I don't know why, but broad is this one here, and then this is deep. So broad is you tackle all of the social media, but it becomes a bit overwhelming, and you're not going to learn as much from all of them, because if you're doing all of them, yeah, you can make mistakes, and you can dedicate all of your time to focusing on how to optimize your content strategy as you go along. Whereas here, you have to think about optimizing your TikTok strategy and Instagram and YouTube and LinkedIn. Is it just becomes so much. Even if you do have a team, but hopefully at some point AI will help you figure all of this thing out. Before I move on, do you guys have any questions so far for what we have? Because this value equation is quite important as well. Any questions?
How much money is necessary to begin?
Say that again.
How much money is necessary to begin in the courses process, create his first course and launch the course?
Yeah. So I started out with nothing. Okay, I just had my full-time job to support me. And then it's all about, they call it sweat equity. So you can start out with like literally nothing because Udemy doesn't charge you anything. They just take a portion of your sales. And over time, as you start earning money, you start reinvesting that into your business, and you start using tools like Kajabi, which is about $199 per month. You can invest in, like I got ClickUp, which I use for project management. It all depends on how you scale over time. If you're comfortable investing amount of money, then you can use that back into your business. Any more questions?
Is a good idea begin with Udemy, or is better to begin with your own server or something like
that? Looking at how Udemy is doing, you can, I think in the beginning you'll need to run a test. It's a great place to get feedback from students because now people will rate your course. So if they rate your course as bad, you can be like, okay, I need to improve on this. So it's a great place to get feedback and also leverage Udemy's large user base. So you can get people from Udemy and funnel them somehow into your new website. At some point, you need to start collecting emails. So I would say maybe if you're starting with $0, create a WordPress site, start collecting emails, and then once you start earning money from Udemy, start funneling them into your WordPress site or Kajabi site or Teachable. I think Teachable also takes a portion of your revenue, but you can also go on a paid tier, which takes which doesn't take as much. They reduce, but I think the more you pay, then they have got a flat fee where they don't charge you anything. Yeah, we cover that in the course, our accelerator, where we discuss, okay, what's the optimal strategy for doing that, and we can also work with you on based on your budget. Okay. So I just want to cover this thing called the value equation, because now you need to determine what value are you going to provide to your people or to people, yeah. So this is a value equation that was created by Alex Hormozi, if you guys are familiar with him. So the value equation is all about if you want to drive up the highest possible value, you need to provide your dream outcome to them. So the dream outcome for, say, I'm going to teach you AI, right? What would the dream outcome be? So dream outcome will be, by the end of the course, you'll be able to learn how to build a fully fledged AI SaaS product that can start generating you money. Or, but you must remember, you want to sell the vacation and not the flight. So if we're selling, for example, if you're a travel agency, I'm going to sell you a dream vacation. And the dream vacation is, okay, you're going to go to Thailand and you're going to have a great time. So you're going to sell, the person. You're going to make them visualize the them on the beach, relaxing, sipping their pina coladas, having, a great time. So that's you don't sell them the flight, because the flight, you're on the flight, you're going there, okay, you are excited, but you want them to visualize them at their journey, their dream outcome, their ultimate transformation. So if you are looking at weight loss, right, you don't sell them the gym subscription. You want to sell them how they will look after they've transformed. So that could be a six-pack abs, that could be big muscles. That's the final transformation that you want to sell, or them losing weight. So make sure you sell benefits and not features of your course, right? And then next you go to the perceived likelihood of achievement. So this can be via testimonials to say, you know, I've got 5 users. They went through my program. They have benefited from it. It's because of my course or my product that they were able to, their success stories. You want people to believe that you did it, right? So like I've shared my story to say, you know, I was here, I was at the low point in my life, and then I've transformed and I've did these strategies. If I do these strategies, I'll achieve that. Time delay is very important because you can say, I can help you lose weight in 6 months, or I can say I can make you lose weight in 1 week. Which one would you choose? So you'd obviously choose 1 week, right? So that's, I'll give an example. I can make you lose weight in 1 day through liposuction. Or I can make you lose weight through going through a gym for 6 months and you'll lose weight like that. You know, which one would you choose? But you'd obviously go for liposuction, but that's why liposuction is it's very expensive. People can charge so much because you get results in a short amount of time. So that's why if you can minimize time delay, but also eliminate the effort and sacrifice. So it takes a lot of effort to go to the gym, right? It takes a lot of sacrifice. But if you can say, okay, I'll do it in 1 day, or like meditation versus Xanax. So Xanax will help you reduce, it will help you get calmer very quickly, just like that. You just have to pop in a pill. Or meditation, you have to spend 15 to 20 minutes getting in the zone. You might you might meditate, you might not be able to meditate. You got your mind is all over the place. So there's a lot of effort and sacrifice that's involved in achieving that result. So if you can minimize these things and maximize this the dream outcome and perceived likelihood of achievement, then you can improve your value and thus you can charge more for your course. But you really have to justify, if I want to build a SaaS product, I can buy a template which will help me for $9, that will help me but I'll have to do it myself, it'll require effort for me to build that, incorporate it, learn how to code, or I can get someone else to do it for me. I can get someone else to build it for me, but it's going to take them, it will be less effort on my side, but more effort on their side. So that's why they charge more value for building tools. That's why services and consultations, they charge a lot because they're doing it for you. And yeah, Alex Hormozi covers it quite nicely in his book, the $100 million leads and $100 million offers. That's a book that you should read. Yeah, I'm sorry, my formatting went off today. But so competition, how do you deal with competition, right? Sometimes when you're creating a course, and we also experience it with us, like how do you create a course that doesn't have or how do you handle competition, right? So there's a ton of competition, like Udemy might create a course, or someone will, and they'll offer the course at like $9, whereas you're offering at $49. And why should someone buy your course over their course, right? And in some cases, your brand, if you created good courses, great courses over time, and if you did that consistently, your brand will have an image. So people will go to your brand over someone else's brand that they don't really know about, and they're like, $9, this doesn't make sense. But if they come to, like for us, they come to augmented AI because they know they're going to get a consistent experience. They're going to be welcomed. They're going to get a certificate. They're going to get tech support. If there's any problems, we'll help you fix it. We'll thoroughly make sure that our code is working and whatnot. And we've also provide AI support as well. So yeah, that's part of your brand. So you can handle it by making sure that your brand is on par with everything, right? And then the other thing is blue ocean theory, where a red ocean has a lot of competition, whereas a blue ocean, you can create something completely different that's not in a market, and because you're solving a problem that no one else has tackled before, people will come to you, and you won't have any competitors. But it's quite difficult to figure out and do the market research to get to a blue ocean. So I'll give you an example of a blue ocean. If you think about like open AI, right? Before AI, you had natural language processing, but OpenAI came with GPT-3, and they were in a market of their own. They were in a league of their own. But now everyone has seen this, and now everyone's building large language models all over the place, and you'll see that now the market is saturated. So if I want to create my own AI bot or AI, my own large language model, it's a lot of competition. So I would probably say, okay, let's take what's already there and or leverage ChatGPT and maybe build a Chrome extension for it. So a lot of people have made money just from like Chrome extensions that attach to ChatGPT that help you achieve a certain goal. So you really have to use some sort of creativity in order to find the problems and be able to solve them. Also create a unique seller proposition that other people cannot match, because if you're offering so much, you're offering I'm going to teach you about how to make AI bots, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to hold you in every step of the way. If there's any problems, we've got support. If you want to speak to a person, you can speak to a person. If you want templates, we can offer you templates. So make sure you going back to the value proposition. You try and maximize this, minimize this, and if you can do that properly, then your unique your selling points, your unique selling points outweighs the other people. But in some cases, some people just want to learn the specific thing. But as long as your value matches up, you can sell that. So, like I said, based on the value equation. And we spoke about branding. Create trust that with customers, you deliver value, and make sure that if you create a proper brand, if you do it properly, and we'll definitely help you out with this in the accelerator. You will have a brand that's consistent. It delivers a similar experience throughout the whole course and other courses from your landing page. Like if you look at Apple, they have got a consistent branding from when you land on the landing page to the phones that you have, the phone that you have in your hand. Everything is consistent, and they deliver a simple message, and it's conveyed through the design that they have. No matter what you use, anywhere within the ecosystem. That's why they're able to charge a bit more. And remember, the more you help people, the more people remember you, right? It's important to talk with customers, make sure that you find out what problems they need solving, and then, you get to that point. Which brings it to the next point, which is, how do you find your niche?
Hi, Ritesh.
Sure.
I have a question, Ritesh.
Yeah.
So I really like the graphics on your website, and when you are doing the email campaign, what tool or service you are using to create that graphic images?
Which graphics are you talking about? Talking about
The images, right? So when it is coming to the logo, the branding, right? So the branding
yes,
logos on your
yeah.
website or any sessions or anything, right? So you're creating the image for those. Are you using any AI tool to create that the PNG images, or any online service, or do you have the uh, dedicated graphic designer who creates those images?
So yeah, this is a good question, and something definitely you'll encounter during your journey. You can use AI tools, but you need to know how to use them. We get some of our graphics from iconscout.com. We got a account with them, Icon Scout, and we saw some of our images from there. But we're also going through a rebranding. So I'll show you this if I can click on here. Yeah. So yeah, we've got we hired a company to help us do some rebranding with some colors and what will the logo look like. So yeah, we're currently working with them to help us rebrand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Right. So this is also an important thing to know about. How do you find your AI niche? Okay, it doesn't have to be a niche in AI, it can be anything. And the biggest thing is to solve a problem. Uh, I've went on wild goose chase where I tried to solve a problem. I created courses, but there wasn't really a problem behind it. I just felt like creating courses that I felt like creating, but the goal is to solve a problem, and you need to go do your market research. You need to speak to clients. Excuse me, what problems are they facing? And that's when you start doing all of that, you start to identify a gap. And then you can say, okay, there's a gap. Can my expertise fill it? And that union is where you are able to create a course for it. So yeah, there's a framework that you can use called Ikigai. It's a Japanese framework, which is okay. Uh, what what does the world need right now, right? And what can you be paid for? So the world needs food, right? Uh, People will pay for food because they need to eat at some point, right? But do you love creating food? Yes, no. If no, then you'll have to find something else. If you love teaching about AI, for me, I love teaching about AI. That's why it's my passion, and it has become my mission and I can also get paid for it because the AI, it's the market is growing, so you need to make sure that the market is always growing. But if you do like newspapers, right? No matter how much newspapers you can print, you can scale up your business as much as you can, but the newspaper business is going down because of digital. Everyone's viewing their thing on social media, so you'll have to adapt and pivot according to that. And then also you have to look at your skills. What are you good at? So I love AI. That's why I learn about AI, and that's why I've become good at AI programming and stuff, focusing more on developers. And you can see that the whole union of everything is your ikigai. So yeah, when you guys join the Accelerator, we'll talk about it in a bit. You will need to put in the work. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme that but we will be holding you accountable. And if you miss a lecture, you'll have to restart the program when we have it next time. There's no once you start the program, you have to keep focused and follow through with it, because it's only through that where you will get the best results. And yeah, the slide is more for like week 1, but yeah, we'll dive into that when you guys actually join the program. So I'm just going to go quickly into what you'll learn in the Accelerator. So it's a 10-week program, or rather what you'll accomplish. So week 1, you'll be starting your journey, getting acquainted with everyone. We'll explore what your niche will be. Week 2 will be we'll be honing in on your niche and how do you identify specific profitable niches in AI. What niches are popular, not necessarily in AI, but we'll be covering a general framework, analyzing market trends, finding the pain points, narrowing down on course ideas and validating them with your audience. Week 3 is building value. So I'll be giving you homework after each week, and you'll be doing that homework, and then we'll meet up to see, okay, have you done the homework? How have you progressed? And you'll probably have a bunch of questions, which I'll be helping you clarify. We'll also be looking at strategies for creating valuable lead magnets, free resources. What is a lead magnet? Demonstrating value through high quality content to attract your, what would your strategy be? Methods for gaining feedback on your leads, on your lead magnet, and collecting all of that data. Week 4 is on content creation, structuring your course, your modules, lessons, what's the optimal strategy for that. Tips for creating engaging and interactive lesson content, and beginning to develop your course materials while also considering your format. Will you use videos? Will you create quizzes? Will it be article-based? What format works the best? Week 5, I'll talk about hosting technologies like we spoke about, like Kajabi. Is there other tools that you can use like ClickFunnels? There's Course Creator also. There's a lot of new tools coming out, but which one is the best for you? Designing your customer journey from the lead magnet all the way to course enrollments to them having a consistent experience. And also, how do you improve your course sales with upsells, downsells to increase your customer value? There's marketing promote. Yeah.
Ritesh, can you go to the week 4 ones?
Sure.
Okay, this is modules, videos. Okay. Yeah. I missed it. I'm sorry that.
Okay, no problem. Week 6 we'll get into marketing and promotion strategies. So we craft your unique selling points or proposition USP. Effective strategies for online promotions. Do you want to create something that you want to get to some point where you can have monthly recurring?
Rather than a lecture, good.
I think someone is on mute. Okay. Yeah. So effective strategies for online promotions, email, social media, content marketing, how to create a buzz for your course before you actually launch, and how much do you spend on marketing, right? You can either do it yourself or hire Facebook ads or Google ads, and which one do you actually use? Week 7, building and engaging your audience. What social medias to use, secrets for LinkedIn, automating engagement with your audience through newsletters and social media. Also designing a community around your course to enhance loyalty. So you can see we have a WhatsApp community where people can, chat and, whatever the problems they want. The community, you're always stronger as a community. So that's why we have that WhatsApp group where people can engage. And it's also another marketing channel for you. Week 8 is about sales, conversion techniques and emotional triggers. This is based on quite a few books that I've read. And this is something that I'm learning on an ongoing basis. There's a lot that you can do. Sales tactics, crafting compelling subject lines that get people to open your body copy, understanding the emotional triggers and how to apply them in marketing, and how to overcome objections, and for your landing page, how do you structure that in such a way that you get more sales. And week 9, like we're almost drawing to a close there, where we finalize your and launching your course. So we'll talk about the launch sequence. So the best practice for successful course launches: pre-launching, countdown, teasers, and collecting testimonials. That's very important. And also setting up a sales page and promotional materials with the upsell strategies that we'll dive into in a bit. Week 10, this is where we wrap up. This is, at this point, you've already created your course, right? We'll start off with a small course that you can create. So in 10 weeks, I expect you to have your course ready. It should be ready for marketing. You probably have that done by week 9. And some of you might be a bit ahead, some might be a bit early, but that's why we hold you accountable, so that you make sure that you do all of the work and get something going. Even it doesn't have to be perfect. It can be something but that's how you learn through, you get early feedback. So with any startup or any launch that you do, if you launch early, you fail early, but you'll also learn early. So it's a build, measure, learn iterative cycle where you can improve your course over time. So then, week 10, we show you strategies for evaluation, growth, and planning. And one of the bonus features is that when you develop your course, we'll send people from my email list of 50,000 emails to your guys' course. And that will give you guys much more traction, get you your first customers. And yeah, we'll be talking about that. So yeah, don't worry about being perfect. Just launch, and we provide the structure and accelerator plan to get you there as soon as possible. So yeah, build, measure, learn. That's from the Lean Startups, and That's how I was able to learn. But uh, if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be able to present this to you. I wouldn't have gotten to the level that I've gotten to, and the success that I've achieved in my journey. If I didn't, if I gave up, I wouldn't have gotten to this level. And it's through all of that perseverance and consistency that I was able to achieve that financial freedom. So for you guys who are interested, you can scan this code. You can also go to, let me just correct this font here. It's you can also go to bit.ly /ACCAP. It stands for AI Course Creator Accelerator Program. So you can either get this. I'll share this link with you now in the group. I'll open it up also. I'll share it here in the chat. So yeah, this year just goes through my story, what we've spoken about and everything. And it takes you through the 10-week program that you can check out and everything. Whenever you're ready, if you feel like it's something that you would want to invest in, definitely we can talk about it. If you have more questions, you can even contact me personally about all of this, and I can clarify any objections that you might have, and any particular goals, we can adapt the program just for you, because we want to make it for you highest value for you to achieve. And my voice seems to be running out of steam here, but I think we're just going to wrap up. So yeah, by the end of your 10 weeks, you'll definitely earn your first $100 or your full money back, because when you create your course, you provided value, you've done all the work. So if you put in the work and by the end of the 10 weeks, you've launched your course, but you haven't seen any return, we'll give you your full money back, but we guarantee that you will earn your first $100, because we'll be sending our audience to your course, and that will earn money. But it all depends also on your niche. So if you do an AI related niche, you will earn more. Whereas if it's a totally different niche, it won't get as much traction. But we'll show you strategies on how to get your people as well. So yeah, so that's my promise. And yeah, if you have anything that you're not sure about, you can always contact me via WhatsApp. This is my email. And yeah, I think we'll open up to questions now. We can have a discussion, and we can talk about all of that. Anything that you guys want to talk about. So yeah, do you guys have any questions so far?
How much is the course?
The course is about $779. That's for the 10-week program, including yeah. And then we have a $1,000 option, which is $997, but that includes me reviewing your website. Is it fine? Is it not fine? Can you do this? Can you improve it on that? So we have those things that we have, right? So that's the price that we offer. We also offer an installment plan as well, so you can pay over 2 months. So if you want to, if you're comfortable with that plan, we offer that. But we offer so much value in this course that you can make, if you follow the strategies, that you can make your money back for the whole program, and also get to the level that I've gotten to, being able to travel the world, buy your dream car, or whatever you want, live life on your terms, not have to wake up for a 9 to 5 job, and yeah, just being able to live life on your own terms. And that's what I've been able to achieve, and I never look back at my 9 to 5.
Oh, one last one. How often do you offer it? Like, say you start a cohort for the 10 weeks, then how soon after that will you have another intake?
Yeah.
Or how does it work?
So this is the first time that we're offering it. We're not going to offer it very frequently. So the next one will only be next year.
Okay.
So that'll probably, we're not sure when it will be, but it all depends on demand at the time and that. So yeah, also what I tell all my students is like, you want to achieve a certain outcome, and you want to do it through courses. Even if you don't do it with courses, you have another sort of you have another idea. This accelerator will help you take the action right now, because if you don't act right now, then you'll only start earning that $10,000 or $100,000 like 5 years from now. You'd rather get it 3 years from now or 2 years from now. And it's only through action right now. Even if you take one step today, then you'll start achieving your dream outcome like much sooner than if you do it later. And yeah, how long, the question you have to ask is how long do you want to stay in your 9 to 5? So yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Cool. Any other questions from you guys? Zephyr, any questions from you?
When does this one start? Sorry, I just realized I hadn't.
This one we plan to start on the 2nd of September. So it's going to
Oh,
start
next week. Next Monday. Okay.
Yeah. So we plan to start it, get it off the ground, make sure that people benefit from my experience and that. Yeah. Julius, do you have any questions? Walter?
No, I don't have more question now. If I had some question, I can chat with you in WhatsApp.
Exactly. Yeah. And Chendu, do you have any questions on your side?
No, Ritesh, I'm good.
Okay, cool. Can I ask if you guys can all put on your cameras just before a group photo? And then we can end off after that. Walter, can you put on your camera, Julius and Zephyr? Okay, we'll just give it for the three of us, yeah. Okay, cool. I've taken the photo.
You don't see my camera?
Yeah, yeah. If you can activate your camera then.
Yeah, it's active. It's active. I don't know why you don't see my. Let me.
Yeah, it's not showing. Let's just check.
Can be my internet.
It could be.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Okay, wait. There we go. We've got Julius's. Oh no, we got Julius's one. Yeah, just yours, Walter. Yeah. We'll give it about a minute and see.
Let me change.
Nothing as yet. Okay, no worries. I think, yeah, yeah. If you can send me a photo or something, we can probably overlay it or something, and then we can add you to the group photo. Okay. All right. Thanks, guys, and thanks for attending this webinar, and hope to see you in the program. Let's see how it goes. If you have any questions, let me know, and then we can talk.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Ritesh. Have a good day.
Cheers, guys.
Bye-bye.